My name is Taylor Olson, and about 2 years ago I was accepted into the information systems major. Before I applied to this major, I wish that somebody would have told me that I need to just go out and talk to as many people as possible. It doesn't really matter what your major is. The most important thing that you do is that you get to know people and start building your network. I think that's true of pretty much any career that you go into. Something that was really helpful that I did leading up to the application process and during the application process was the classes in IS that I took. It's hard as a student to get some really good IS experience just because those things require a certain amount of skills. So the fact that you can get introduced to these tools like JavaScript, web dev, and whatever other tools that you might use throughout the program and throughout your career in information systems is really beneficial. It's going to be hard before you're in this major to get a job, just because you do need skills to do it, but it doesn't mean it's impossible. You can still look, and I would encourage you to still look and try to get something that'll teach you how to use these tools. But the main thing is to get into those classes and just do as well as you can in them. Don't just treat it like any other class, because you really are learning a tool. It's not like you're learning a concept or, it's not like you're learning a concept or another class with frameworks or other things. It's really a tool. So you're only good at something if you practice, just like any other tool that you learn how to use. So I would say take extra time during those classes just to talk to people who have experience using those tools, like JavaScript or Tableau or web dev or any of those things that you use in the IS classes that you need to take before you get into the major, and just ask them to show you things, or look up on YouTube. Like, if you don't know how to do something, just try and figure out how to do it in your spare time. I think everything that I did, or at least tried to do in prepping for this application process, was ultimately helpful, because you figure out what you like to do and also what you don't like to do. So that's also very important when you get into your career, not just in your major, but if you go to apply to these schools or just these programs, you want to make sure you're doing something that you're ultimately going to like, and more importantly, that you're going to be good at, right? So if you figure out you're good at something and you like it, then you should probably pursue it. Or if you figure out you're good at something and you like it, and you like it more or you like it less, so that's how you can kind of figure out what you want to end up doing, or what program you want to end up getting into. I already said this a little bit, but I think it's really important to students who are applying to IS that they need to practice what they're doing. You can do that in a number of ways. You can meet with other people who want to get into the program, meet with people who are in the program, talk to people who are involved in this type of work in their careers, professors, counselors, and just ask them what you can do to get better. You can check out different YouTube channels that look into these tools. You can maybe even look at some books. Books, unless they're brand new, they're going to have outdated information, but you can try and check it out. Just anything you can do that will give you more practice and information on the different tools you need to be good and to ultimately perform well in your major, you need to be good at those. As far as the business school in general, I would say just building your network and talking to people. The network that you build while you're in your undergraduate, I've been told over and over and over again, that's going to be the network that gets you through your entire career. So, obviously, if you go and do more schooling, then obviously your MBA or whatever master's program or doctorate professional degree, these students who are in your classes with you are going to help you in your future. So get to know everyone that you can. If you know people who are applying to the business school or other majors, you probably have met them in your prerequisite classes. Just, stay in touch with them, try and form study groups, check in on them, ask if there's anything you can do to help them, ask them questions if you have questions, and build relationships that will help you to get through challenging times, job searching, or for this case, even just applying to the business school. I'd say the main resources that I used were just people. Talking to professors, looking up different courses or free, obviously, YouTube videos online of people who were showing me how to use different tools, and figuring out what to do to get good at those things and to practice those things, and also just like how to get good at building a network and interviewing. The Married School website is obviously a good place to go to find information about the course, and then to figure out things that you need to do to get into the course. It's pretty limited, and what I mean by that, it's a good source, but it doesn't have everything that you need. So you need to go and work harder than just looking at the website for a few minutes. You need to go and ask people. So go and build connections with professors and counselors so that they can ultimately help you make the right decision for you.